Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Today is going to be a special little road trip to go pick out Burnout Paradise Remastered that's coming out today for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I think later it'll be out on PC for those that are, the PC fanatics. But this is something I'm really excited about. I just finished my 7th gen collection video, and of course I talked about that game as being one of my favorite games, and brought up the fact that it's going to be remastered as well. But remastered games are one of those really polarizing things. I mean, like anything else in the gaming community, if there's one group of people that are for it, you better believe there's another group of people that are I'd say completely against it. And that's one of the things that is kind of frustrating about the game community, is that no one can really agree on anything. There's always that radical black and white polarized opinion. Some people feel that if there's remastered games, that means that they're not getting new ones, or that people are wasting time and resources on video games that we've already played. First thing that comes to mind is my wife. Just recently, in fact, I watched an old 1986 Rutger Hauer movie last night called Wanted Dead or Alive, one of my favorite kind of low-profile, under-the-radar movies from the 80s. I was surprised to see that they had a DVD of it, and I jumped on it, brought it home, and I hadn't watched it since watching it on VHS in like the early 2000s. So I was really excited about it. I asked my wife, hey, you want to watch that Wanted Dead or Alive movie? Yeah, I think I remember that one. No, I don't want to watch that. I've already seen it. I want to see something new, and I brought this up about E.T. recently. We sat and watched E.T. a couple weeks ago, and I said, hey, guess what? I got E.T. on Blu-ray. Are you excited about watching it? I mean, if you want to watch it, go ahead. I've already seen that game. I've already seen that movie. I said, sweetie, we haven't seen it since like 97 or 98. But, that's how she feels. She likes Netflix. In fact, she got Netflix for that reason, because she'll order the Blu-rays in the mail, or she'll do the streaming, because she wants to see something new. She's one of those type where once she's seen a movie once, that's it. She's seen it. She knows I love like Mad Max Fury Road, so she'll put up with me watching it again and again. But typically I wait till like she's flying down to see her family or something, and I'll watch it then, because I don't want to put her through the histrionics of, God forbid, of watching an old movie again. But that's kind of the way I am. That's how I feel about remastered games. Just like revisiting old films, I love to revisit old games again and again and again. And like I've said many times, kind of one of my little mottos on my channel is, if a game is worth playing, it's worth replaying and having in a game collection. It doesn't mean you have to play it, every few months, but sometimes I'll play a game and, I'll play it like every couple years, maybe, another 5 years, all of a sudden I'll have a hankering to, kind of re-enter that game again. And that's what I do. God, back when I bought Burnout Paradise, I bought it about a year after it came out, and I got it for about $20 at GameStop used. And I liked it. I had watched IGN and GameSpot and, Mark Bussler of Classic Game Room review it. Oh, shit. Gonna miss this light. And I watched them review it. And they seemed excited about it, and I said, and because of their excitement, I said, I've got to go out and get this game. This looks like a great game, and I certainly love the older Burnout games. So I was really pumped about playing it, and I put it in, and at first, it was like overwhelming. There was like so many things to do, and I wasn't really sure what the objective was, and it wasn't a linear, racing game, which is kind of what I was used to. And as it really was one of the very first open world racing games, we had Driver 1 and 2 that were open world games, and the GTA games and all that, but for the most part, I hadn't really played an open world racing game like Burnout Paradise, so it took a while to get used to it, to be honest. And so at first I didn't really focus on the races. I just kind of fucked around with it and was just totally blown away between the music, the really high-speed racing, the wonderful, raw sound of the V8s and the cars. Of course, the wonderful animated crashes, which are not equal to this day. I mean, Criterion's done several racing games since then, and nothing can equal the really crazy, frenetic energy that they have with the Burnout Paradise game. It's like it's almost satanic, demonic speeds that you race in that game. It's so fast and so fluid and so violent with the crashes. Nothing to this day that I can think of has equaled it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited about picking up this remaster. But when I first played it, I got kind of lost. I didn't know what to do, and I wasn't ready to kind of sit down and crack my knuckles and methodically go through it. It was really something that I just kind of jumped into as a kind of a sandbox kind of a game, open world game, and had fun with it. And that's fine. It was fine in that respect. And it wasn't until about 2012, actually years later, that finally I sat down and I said, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play this game all the way through. Once I made that commitment and I really kind of applied myself and really put my all into it in achieving each of the challenges and kind of checking them off the list and going through the process of getting the different licenses and advancing, my God, I got really hooked on it and sucked in hard. And that's why it's one of my top 3 racing games of all time. I really have never had that much fun playing a racing game as I have with that Burnout Paradise and the 360. So 2012, we were renting a house. I'll never forget it. I sat down and played it. It's the last time also that I ever played a racing game, or frankly any game online, which is interesting. I had friends in town that I started working with on some paint jobs, another fellow contractor, and they were really big in Call of Duty, and they're the ones that kind of hooked me up on, showed me how to play online, games back in late 2000s, 2010, 11, 12 in there. So, and they said, oh, Dean, if you want to play a really fun game online, why don't you play with us and we'll play Burnout Paradise. And man, I got hooked. There was about 2 weeks straight. That's all we did is played the games online. Everything from kind of follow the leader to trying to do some of the challenges that they had that were designed for, online multiplayer. And had a blast with it, and that really was the last time. So I kind of stopped on a high note with my online gaming, which was kind of cool. And I never really have returned to it. To me, that game is really the best. I've just really had the most fun with it. Let me get around this guy here. And I've had a blast ever since. I gotta turn this fucking heat down, man. It's hot as a fucking here. So all of a sudden, we're talking about Burnout Paradise, and then I start seeing rumors of a remaster, and I said, my God, I hope this is true. If there's a Burnout Paradise remaster, this will be one of the greatest remasters I've ever seen. Now, I was really very happy with the Bulletstorm remaster, and especially the LA Noire remaster recently. Those are the best remasters that I've seen. Those are the ones that I've been the most excited about, that I absolutely had to have. I had to have those games. This one takes the cake, though. This is the one that I'm probably the most excited about. Now, I've watched already a bunch of impressions. I don't know whether you call them reviews, but some gameplay videos and kind of impressions and previews of the game itself, and it looks really, really good. People seem to really like it. Some people are somewhat, jaded about it and say, oh, it doesn't look like it looks a little dated. It's nothing really that's impressive about it. Naturally, you get this with everyone. They're overly critical types. But frankly, I love what I see. I think it looks great. To play it in 4K on the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, I think is outstanding. I think it's a great thing. It really is. And the fact that I think I played in 60 frames a second on the Xbox 360, and I believe the PS3 had a slightly better frame rate. I only played the Xbox 360 version. I thought it was fine. I mean, every now and then you'd see a slight hiccup, with the graphics or, with the frame rate, but for the most part, especially when you had a lot of shit going on at high speed with cars hitting each other, but for the most part, it played good. But this version really boasts a very smooth 60 frames per second, which I'm very excited about. 4K, now again, whether that's native or checkerboarded, I don't care. I'm not into this technical shit. People are more worried about technical things. Is it really native for? Who cares? Just have fun. Just enjoy the game for what it is. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm into. I'm into playing this game to have fun. This is one of the most fun arcade racing experiences I've ever played. In fact, if it hadn't have come out, I probably would have replayed it again soon anyway. because I'm excited about getting back into it. I've been thinking about playing it. I just recently pulled it out before I started my 7th gen collection. I pulled it and Midnight Club LA Complete Edition out to replay. And the only one I've played so far is the Midnight Club LA, and I've been playing that about 4 to 6 months ago. I started going back through and kind of advancing my career mode. I've done quite a bit on it so far, and in fact, if there was another remaster, I'd love that. I don't think we're going to get, frankly, another Midnight Club game. I think that pretty much people are kind of getting their money's worth with the GTA 5 online and all the car races and stuff and that. So sadly, I really don't see it. Really, the racing games are really a kind of a niche market. Even though a lot of people do like them, it's really a very kind of a small, unprofitable segment of gamers that buy and play them, sadly. So I don't see another Midnight Club type game coming. So to me, if they want to remaster it, if Rockstar surprised us with a remastered version of it, and maybe even brought up some more modern cars and added some additional newer cars to it on top of the older ones that are in it, I'd be delighted. But I don't even know if that's going to happen. Let me get a place to park here. I'm pulling up at my GameStop. Here's my favorite spot right here. Perfect. Oh yeah, I love this. It's perfect right here. So let me put this in park real quick. Shut it off. I'm here a couple minutes early. What time is it? I got about maybe 10 minutes before the doors open. Let me set this camera up a little bit better. Get my water bottle here. So this is a game that I'm really excited about playing. The timing's bad. I really don't want to be spending the money right now on new games. I've got this very expensive Far Cry 5, the gold edition coming out, which I put a pretty good amount of money down on it, just to kind of knowing that it was expensive. So I'm really on a real tight budget. I had to have this one. I had to, and I told my wife, I said, God, I'd hate to have to trade some games in. She goes, don't trade any games in. You're just going to have to buy them back again. Just go buy it. It's only $40. Now, to me, that's a good deal. That's a really good. I'd pay $60 and probably considerably more for this if I had to, right off the bat. I just yesterday went down and pre-ordered this, put $10 down on it. Hopefully I'm not too late. And the guy said, no, you shouldn't be. Even though it's coming out tomorrow. In fact, the UPS truck just pulled up at the GameStop, so he's probably unloading them right now. But this is a must-have game for me. I had to get this day one. It doesn't look like there's like radical improvements. I don't think there's HDR, support for it or anything like that. I think it's just a 4K. The graphics, I've looked at some comparison shots. It looks like it's really well done. Now I know they just had an Xbox One kind of backwards compatible, slightly improved version of this, and it looks really good. I've seen, I think Digital Foundry did a comparison of that versus the new remastered one for the Xbox One X, and it looks really, really good. So, I mean, for some of you, you may not feel the value in it. You may say, oh, God, I don't want to have to buy this game again. I already have it, for the Xbox One. I've got the, the original Xbox 360 game. Of course, you can buy a digital download of it. I'm not sure how much that would be, but so each person has to decide whether it's worth it for them. Now, what you are getting with this is all 8 DLC packs. Now, I had bought all the DLC packs except the little radio control toy cars. I wasn't really big on those. And I wasn't into the bikes. I really like the cars. So with the exception of those two, I bought all the DLC. The Big Surf Island is one of the best expansion packs I've ever seen in any game. You really get your money's worth with that. Of course, there's the movie cars. You got like the Back to the Future, DeLorean thing. They got the Ghostbusters, Echo 1 or whatever the hell it's called. You've got like a kind of a Knight Rider car, which is one of my favorites, with the little roving red lights on it. That thing just hauls ass. Really cool. Because there's no licensed cars, it's kind of a timeless game in some respects. I think the game holds up fine. Some people are overly critical, says there's not enough improvements in this remaster. It doesn't really do it for them. They're complaining about the fact the little toy cars don't have the proper crash animations. I mean, you can always nitpick things to death, but to me, I think it holds up really well, and it really looks good on a PlayStation 4, and I guess on the PS4 Pro it's going to look even better, which I'm really excited about. So just last night I was putting in my Facebook groups, my good friend Steve posted a trailer for it or something. He said, oh, here's this new Burnout game. God, I never played this. It looks really good. I might have to get this one. And then other people in the thread, yeah, it looks good. I've never played it. And I immediately put in the comments, oh, dude, this is a must-get game. You really should get this. It's one of the greatest racing games ever made. And one guy came in the thread, Dean, that's really a pretty bold claim. Is it really that good? I said, well, you can watch my 7th Gen racing game collection video where I talk a little bit about it. And then I left like an IGN, 9-year-old IGN, kind of a generic review of it, just to have, so they could see something on it. And I was shocked. Gamers, and not even just young ones, but even older gamers, like my friend Steve, had never played it. So this is a chance for newer gamers that have never played this game. This game is 10 years old now. To me, that's a perfect age for a remaster. I mean, we have games like Dishonored that just came out a few years ago, 2013 or 14, whatever it was. It's being remastered, and of course some of the Batman games and some ones that seem like they weren't out that long ago. But this is a genuine 10-year-old game. I mean, nothing really defines being remastered more than that. I think that's a great idea. I'd like to see more remastered games. I'd love to see, again, like the Midnight Club LA edition would be awesome. I think that Flat Out Ultimate Carnage is one of my absolute favorite arcade racers would be cool. Even the very first Forza Horizon, I'd love to see an updated version of that, for the Xbox One. But I'm sure with a backwards compatible thing, they probably have a little bit better version of that, which is fine. But I'm excited for this trend, and I don't see really the negative appeal to it. Just knowing that you can play it on one of the newer 4K TVs like I have with an Xbox, or an Xbox One controller, or the wonderful PlayStation 4, controller, I think is a beautiful thing. I love that aspect of it. So, to me, it's nothing but a positive deal. I'm really excited about this game. So I'm going to go in here. It looks like they're going to open in just a couple minutes. I'm going to kind of, wait for the doors to open. I see the UPS guy bringing the boxes in right now. So I'm going to go in and get my pre-order. And then when I get back, I want to just do I'm going to put the game on, be there on my couch. I want to talk about the game, and hopefully I won't get any copyright issues with the music and what have you. But I kind of want to render my impressions and actually do a full-blown review of the game, because I have beat the game. This is one game I went through and got 100%, all the licenses, found every single billboard, every back alley, every collectible aspect, did all the races, all the challenges. I even did some of the online ones. I didn't complete all the online ones. That was the only thing that kept me from getting 100% of the game as far as the online aspect of it. But believe me, I put a shitload of time into this game, and I'm going to talk about it in much more detail when I get back. So hang on. I'll be home with this bad boy in a minute, install it, and I'm going to render my impressions in review of it, because this is a fantastic, absolute must-play game. Thanks, guys. Hi, Dean here. Got home, got the game installed. Time to try Burnout Paradise on the PlayStation 4 Pro. God, it's been ages since I've played this. I'm so excited, ultra excited about playing this. Hopefully I won't have any issues with the music. I don't know. I'm going to try to be careful with it. I don't monetize, but I certainly don't want a copyright strike. I gotta hand it to EA. This has really put them in my good graces. Seeing them do this, they finally did something right, thank God. No microtransactions, no bullshit. Just a fantastic game, cheap for 40 bucks. To me, it's worth every penny. Look at this, Big Surf Island. One of the best expansion packs ever, so cool. Press options button. Great music. Hopefully it won't be an issue. Let's see. I love the music in this game. To me, it really is the last, what the hell is all this? Here we go with this bullshit. Oh yeah. I don't care about the online aspect, but probably has leaderboard stuff and all that. Oh God, here we go with this crap. So here we are, Dean here, Paradise City Remastered. Starting it up right now for the first time. I'm so excited for this. Main menu, Paradise City. Here we go. Turn it up. Oh yes.
From the winding trails of White Mountain to the grid network of downtown Paradise.
It's such a great
The
game.
city has miles of open road. Explore everything.
One of the best designed open worlds I've ever seen. And frankly, the very first one for an open world arcade racing game was this one.
Every road in Paradise City is a challenge.
Awesome.
You record your fastest time and largest crash on each
I mastered this map. Now I'm going to have to relearn it because I've forgotten, God, most of it. But it'll be a fun process relearning the maps again.
Is a new adventure.
There's Surf Island.
Events in Paradise City finish at one of 8 locations.
Very cool.
One for each point of the compass. North of the city is the Country Club. The Coast Guard HQ in the northeast.
Just nicely done. You know, nice maps. We're talking 120 events, 75 cars. So many ways you can play this. Tons of different types of racing, takedown events. The best wreck animations I've ever seen in a game. Fantastic. You know, it's funny, I was just going through all my remastered games, and I was shocked at just how many remastered games I have. I mean, I really had a lot more than I thought I did, which is a testament to how great I think this trend is. It also tells you how few newer games that we have in, you know, in relationship to it. But awesome. I'm so excited. This is like I feel like a little kid again all over again.
This is Crash FM, and I'm DJ Atomica, fresh from Radio Big to be your guide to the streets of Paradise City.
I don't have a
First
camera
thing
to
we need
take
is
a picture.
for your learner's permit. This'll have to do for now. If you had a USB camera connected, we could have used something more personal.
Yeah, oh well.
This learner's permit lets you drive anywhere in Paradise City. The best drivers have a Burnout driver's license.
I got
but you've
all
got
of the
lots proof
licenses.
before you can earn one of those.
100% achievement in this.
Now let's go to the junkyard and fix you up with a set of wheels.
Yes. And I like this, where you have to go to your wrecking yard to get your cars.
It's a stunt class car, which means it's built for jumps and spins.
Because you really are invested in each car you can get. Instead of just picking any one of millions of cars on the fly, you actually have to, you know, take the effort to go back and select carefully the car that you want to have. All right. Guns and Dunes.
Now this car is a little beat up, so it'd be a good idea to find an auto repair shop and get it fixed before you get into any serious action. We've marked the nearest one on your map here. It's just around the corner on Angus Wharf.
Yep.
Okay, let's just check this thing still starts. Hold the accelerator to fire up the engine.
Yes.
Event. Just pull up at a traffic signal, then hold the brake and hit the gas. Any events you find are added to your map.
Oh, here we go.
When you take a wreck through an auto repair for the first time, the burning route for that car is added to your map.
I'm trying to remember how the controls are. Your handbrake button. I don't know what any of the buttons are.
Drive through any gas station for a quick boost refill. Gas stations are added to your map when you find them.
I don't know where the handbrake button is. Oh, there we go.
Hit the E-brake to spin your car. Great if you miss a turn, but there's plenty more you can do with it.
Yeah, buddy. Fucking A, that's great, man. Pretty awesome. Killer. Mark, man. I don't know what that one is. We took a different type of race. It's great. I love the billboards. I love all these back alleys. I'm gonna have so much fun. And the beauty is that you can invest. Some nights I would just spend night after night just doing the billboards. That's all I would do, and I enjoy these back alleys, you know, like this one.
When you discover a gate with a yellow sign, smash through it to find a shortcut.
Awesome. Different views. Killer. So cool. I love the music. 90s music. Kicks ass in this. Yes, sirree, Bob.
There are
Fucking A.
burnout
Oh, it's
billboards
great.
all over Paradise City. Can you smash through them all?
Yep, sure can.
Burning routes are tailored to specific cars. Come back when you're driving that car and beat the challenge for a special reward.
So cool. Oh shit, I thought that was a ramp. I love these slow-mo crashes. Nothing has ever equaled these before or since. It's so realistic. Now I just gotta figure out, see where's the brake. There's a garage down here, let's see. Killer music. It's down here. Yeah. Before we get into this thing. This is so cool. It brings back so many memories, man. There we go.
When your car is falling apart, get to an auto repair for an instant repair. Auto repairs are added to your map when you find them.
Let me see what I've got here. Oh, this music is so good. I'm trying to remember which. Here we go, race. I'm gonna do a race. I don't know how well those cars gonna
Ready
do.
to
We'll
race?
see. Let's do
You are
it.
here. Race west to Lone Stallion Ranch.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've done this.
The compass at the top of the screen points to the finish line, and the road signs help you find the next turn.
Yeah, it's where it helps to really know the
Shortcuts you'll have
map.
to find for yourself.
Because you can get off, make one mistake, and you can forget about winning. I mastered every back alley. Oh shit, I took a wrong turn already. Here we go. Shit, it's gonna cost me big time. So good. Woo! do it. God, this brings back so many memories, I can't believe it.
Press the X button to boost.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! Fucking A. Oh, it's so good. Yes.
Event wins are shown on your driver's license. Keep up
Oh,
the
awesome.
streak to advance to
Killer,
the
man.
next
I love
license.
this. Z Mad Max 62.
The map at the bottom of the screen shows your surroundings, and the
Love
signs
these
at
maps.
the top of the screen show the name of the road you're on and the turns coming up.
It's so good. The graphics really look good in this. I mean, I'm really impressed. Let me stop it just for a minute. Where's the pause button? Okay, that's pause there. Let me just look at my settings on my TV. I probably don't even have this on the game setting. Let me just check real quick. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, see, I have it on standard. Let me just do this at least. Let me put it on dynamic for right now. A lot brighter. Oh yeah, it's much better. Go down to brightness, just take it up a couple points. Perfect. That'll look better. Typically I should go to the game mode. It doesn't have HDR, so if it had HDR I'd put it in the game mode and it would radically up the contrast and all this, but this ought to look a lot better. Oh yeah, much better. The graphics look good. It's still the same game, but just the intricate details, the lighting, the reflections, the shadows look really good. I love the high resolution detail on the rocks, the roadway. This is so good. You get to use the wonderful PlayStation 4 controller. Play it on a brand new 4K 55-inch TV screen. It's so good. And I love the varied landscapes. I mean, driving it through the mountains versus the city aspects. It's fantastic. I would take some nights and just do nothing but do the billboards one at a time, and I'd lovingly seek out each one. And sometimes you'd have to really think about the best way to get at them, which is so good. Yeah, see, there's one there. So you have to figure out how to get to that billboard. And I would just take a whole night, sometimes a series of evenings, and just focus on finding the back alleys, or just focus on finding every billboard and how to get to it. There were some you'd have to get through the top of these parking garages that were really tricky. You really had to master the road and every shortcut. And little secret entrance ways to get, to beat them, which was cool. Woo! I love it.
At top speed, then hit the e-brake to spin off the edge.
Oh man, this is so good. Let's try the shortcut here. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, I love this. And this is just one of the slower cars. Once you unlock the faster cars, it gets so good. I love these super jumps. Over the top. Look at that. Beautiful.
Ramps marked with flashing lights. They're the best places in the city to pull off aerial stunts.
So good. Oh shit. God, this brings back so many memories. And the cars just get faster and faster. You have so many types of cars. You have little buggies on Surf Island. to trucks, vans, these derby type cars. I mean, every type of car, full-blown race cars on the street with just like demonic speeds. This is like the ultimate speed demon racing game. It's just fast, it's fluid, it looks good, it's very well thought out, designed. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I like the particle effects. Everything's a lot better in this version. So good, man. Look at it. Okay, let's try a race.
Get ready to race. You are here. Race southeast to the Wildcats baseball
Oh my
stadium.
God, we'll see how good I do. I probably will suck, but it'll be fun.
Smash another driver off the road to score
I love
a
it.
takedown
I
and
love
pick
the
up a boost
takedowns.
bonus.
And the beauty is that certain cars that you'll find that once you take them down, then you can go back to the wrecking yard and you'll own that car, which is so cool. So the game has so many different ways to play it. Oh shit, I missed my turn? I guess I can go this way. I don't know. You almost have to stop and look at the map. Let me see at the map here. Alright, so I'm going to go down through here. Should probably make a left there. Yeah, I think so. If I go all the way down, it'll be too much. But wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to keep going straight, I think. Wait a minute. This map it's hard to move this map around. Where am I at here? Okay, here we go. So I keep going south. No, I'm going to go right here. I need to go here and then make a right. Or left. Oh man, so good. It's so fast. It's such a really violent, fast game. There's been nothing like it really before or since. I mean, the other Burnout games, Burnout 3 Takedown was really good. Burnout Revenge kicks ass. But this one just blows them away. It's still my favorite game. Let me just look at the map. The beauty is, you kind of pause it. You can hit the center button here on your map, or whatever the touchscreen pad is, and it gives you a chance to kind of look and study the map. You know, where if you're try to look at a mini map, you can easily get turned around. All right, see right here. So I need to go down here. I'm going to bear to the right and then make a left. So right here, I want to go and then make my right all the way down. Okay. Oh shit, I missed my turn. That was a good shortcut right there. Again, you just kind of check the map. So I'm on course, I'm going straight down. Oh yeah. Yep. Give a little boost. Yeah, buddy. Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy to have this back in my console again. It's so exciting. Oh shit, I took the wrong turn. Oh shit. I don't even know if I'm probably completely off the map. I'm close. So if I just keep going straight, I got to need to boost this mother. Yeah, buddy. Fucking A. So good. This is the best game I've played all year. I'm so excited about having this in my library again.
Congratulations! That win was all you needed to upgrade your license to a Class D.
Works
all
for
your
me.
wins have been cleared off the map, so you can beat an event again and add that win to your new license.
Oh yes, I love this El
Upgrade your license
Camino.
with a new car.
They don't have the licensed cars, but they're close enough to, you know, old school, you know, Plymouth Roadrunners. This is kind of like a '74 El Camino. Very cool. It's such a great game. Let me turn this down a little bit, just to kind of go over the game a little bit. Surf Island is here. There's so many events, so many ways to play the game. It's very well designed. Someone put a tremendous amount of thought into the environments to make them realistic, where you feel like you're in a big city, but yet the streets are fluid and high speed enough to where they're very forgiving. It's very arcadey, you know. It's such a nice change of pace from like Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsport. As much as I love them, they're so good, and I love the minutiae and setting up your suspensions and all that. But sometimes you just want to play something fun where you can get in, and it just has a violent, like a supernatural way of racing and just enjoying going through the environments. The environments are so well laid out in this game. It's very realistic. You really feel like you're in a big city. You know, it's very realistic, but forgiving. It's designed to drive at incredibly high speeds. Again, once you master the shortcuts, it's so fun. It's so enjoyable. So many ways to play the game.
When you feel like a fast color change, drive through a paint shop. Finding a drive-through for the first time adds it to your
Oh, the paint shop, that's right. Isn't there a paint shop over here? I just passed one. Let me see how that works. I think it's down here, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there you go. Let's get a nice new paint job. I gotta fix the car. I gotta find like one of the repair stations. It's so good. I love the game. I love the billboards. I love the ambient sounds. The sounds of the motor of the V8s, or of the really killer. Woo! I love the super jumps. It just, whoever designed this knows cars. They have a real love for the automobile, and it shows an appreciation for everything. Like I said, the tuners, the big heavy American cars, the muscle cars, you know, pickup trucks, vans, all of it. It's so well done. It's a beautiful game. I'm so excited to have something like this. This is going to give me a tremendous amount of value. I'm going to get my $40 worth the first week alone out of this game. There's different types of races. I can't remember them all. I had a list I wrote down here, but there's like your typical takedowns. There's like these burning road things where you set the record for the fastest point A to point B, or certain roads, and then you kind of own the road. The street signs will turn silver at the top as you pass them. It kind of states that you own the road. There's other like these road rage events where you take down opponents in the most violent way. It's just like a hardcore road warrior scene where you're just battling it out. And the crashes and takedowns are so good. Like I mentioned before, you get those random cars on the road that you see, you take them down, and then you own that body style in that car. You go back to your wrecking yard, and then you've got that car in your collection. Again, I don't know how I can go in and pick out all my cars and all that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can find a way to get to the wrecking yard. Let me see. Okay, I think it's up here where that little crane thing is. Oops, where's my zoom deal? Here we go. Zoom in. How do I zoom out? How do I pick that? Return. Display. I don't know. I don't know how I want to go. I want to go there. How do I zoom in there? Return to game. Let's see. I got to go straight. Make a left. Okay. I'm going to try to go in there and figure it out. See if we can get in there and pick a different car. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played this. Oops. New color. Oh, here we go. It'll be up here somewhere. Junkyard, here we go. I believe once I go in here, I think I can pick another car.
Build up your collection of cars, then
Cool.
find a junkyard like this one to switch your ride. There are 5 junkyards to find in Paradise City.
It's got a nice narrator, kind of a radio DJ that has the voice. What the hell is this bike? I never got the bike DLC. I mean, the bikes could be fun. I've never tried them because I never bought the DLC. But the beauty of this, you get all 8 DLC packs for free. I spent a small fortune for these initially. Where's all my different... No, I don't want that. How do I pick the different... How do I pick the different vehicles? I didn't mean to pick this. Oh, shit. Ski, here we go. Ah, here's the El Camino deal. Cool. How do I choose? I don't even know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Vehicle select. So you get the bikes, the toys, which I never did, the legendary cars, Boost special cars, Big Surf Island cars. Let me see what the legendary cars are. Oh, so it gives you access right off the bat. Cool. Oh yeah, there's the Ecto one or whatever it is from the Ghostbusters. This is the one I love. This is like the Kit Knight Rider car. So cool. It hauls ass too. This is like a Dukes of Hazzard type car. It looks like a 69 Pontiac GTO, which I had a convertible one like this. A 68, very similar. So it's good. Let me see what other cars there are. Legendary cars. Boost special cars. Let me see what that is. The cop cars. I don't even think I did the cop cars. Ooh, these are those crazy cars. Wow, look at that hot rod. I remember this thing hauls ass. Yeah, I think I bought this DLC. This is a crazy car here. Insane. Some of the paint jobs are kind of wild. Now you can customize to a certain degree. Cop cars, Big Surf Island cars. Let me see what's on the Big Surf Island cars. This thing was great for jumps. I remember doing a lot of really killer jumps with this in the Big Surf Island. Let me see. Let me go back to Paradise cars. So I assume you get the cars right from the beginning. I don't know. Okay, these ones you have to earn. You got to earn these, the main cars. So far I've got this and the El Camino. And I think you can pick the color and stuff too. So I'm going to pick this car. Hopefully it'll let me choose the color.
This is an aggression class car. Slamming and taking down other racers earns boost faster in this car, and you can use it at any time.
This is one of my favorites. And like I said, once you play the game, initially these cars seem really fast and meaty. The sound just correlates beautifully with the speed and the action. And then you keep getting faster and faster cars, and man, the game just keeps coming alive as you advance and get better licenses. The races are faster, more challenging. It's very, very addictive and very, very cool. Let me see if I can get this to a paint shop deal. Or I gotta go down to one of those repair station deals. Oh yeah, so cool. So I'm gonna go down here to the repair station. Let me get this thing fixed. I love the sound design. The graphics look good. It's such a great game. We do a wreck. Oh, so good. Yeah, the lighting and particle effects, the detail on the road looks outstanding. Very, very cool. This is really nice. Boost refill. And it's just like, it's so smooth and fluid. You can just quickly kind of zoom through one of these deals, and you quickly fix the car, change the color, get more boost. It's a beautiful thing. Oh shit. All over the road. Lots of really interesting areas with different types of roads and things to explore. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it just sounds nasty. The cars have a really demonic sound to them. The first person view is really cool. Oh, it's insane, man. Oh, I'm gonna have a blast with this. Anyway, guys, I urge you, this is an outstanding racing game. You'll really have a lot of fun with this. Take the time. If you can get your hands on it, get this game, or at least get one of the older versions of it and play it. It's an outstanding game. It's so much fun. The maps are huge. I don't know how you, let me see how you zoom out. How you zoom in. I'm not even sure how you zoom in and out. Oh, shit. Oh, I think, what's this? Big Surf Island. And then you have all your stats. You can see how you're going. See the roads that you have left to get, how many billboards you've got left, the big smashes, the mega jumps. It's very, very cool. It's a well-designed game. It has one of the coolest open world maps. You got all the docks and the shipyards. You know, you get the Big Surf Island, which has got lots of really cool construction sites, mega jumps. Very, very cool. So there's a whole bunch of races that correlate just with this island alone. It was one of the best DLC expansion packs I've ever bought. You get this beautiful high-speed mountain driving. I've had some of the best high-speed races in memory. I can remember racing on all these roads. Really cool bridges, attention to detail. It's a giant living world with the music, the radio DJ, and just so many ways to play it. It never gets old. It's really a fun game. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. This is just want to give you a peek at the game, give you my impressions of it. This is one of the most exciting games that that I'll have all year. One of the best remasters that you could ever ask for. I can't rave about this enough. It looks even better on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. 60 frames a second and at 4K. A beautiful, beautiful thing. I urge you guys, get the game. You'll have a blast. It's a shame that they can't make a game this good. It's a shame that we don't have anything even today that comes close to being this fun. I hope this sells well, because who knows, maybe they'll do a sequel. I'd love to see Criterion do a sequel to this with, you know, newer cars and even more events and more collectible or hidden areas and stuff. It would be so cool. Maybe a desert environment, another city, who knows. International, Tokyo, could be anything, but it would be a blast. A really good game. And really worth your time. I can't think of any more fun you can have. Games like this, to me, sell my case in point of why remasters work so well and are worth the time. You really can't go wrong with something like this. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Burnout Paradise Remastered for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, coming to the PC soon. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your games no matter what they are. This is Dean from Escape to Gaming.